This is my fresh old school RuneScape account, straight off of Tutorial Island, where my one goal is to complete everything. But after only ever being a level 3 skiller, I have no PVM experience, never had a quest cape, never done any bossing or any raids, and I've never even maxed an account. So I am now exploring the land of Gillinor to take on everything. Quests, combat tasks, achievements, and even the collection log. Welcome to RuneScape's 100% completion. I know that I could most likely already have Barrow's gloves, but as I am going for 100% of the game, I do need to do all these quests anyway for the quest cape. And I'd rather do all the quests early that I need to via the optimal quest guide, because as I do all these quests early, all my skills will go up as well, so I won't have to train that in the early game, which is a huge benefit. But the next quest that I am going to be working on anyway is the Tale of Righteous. That is Tale of Righteous completed, giving me 1 quest point, 8,000 coins, and a memoir page. Another casket to add to the bank. And that is the Forsaken Tower completed, giving me 1 quest point, free use of the minecart, 6,000 coins, 500 mining XP, 500 smithing XP, and a memoir page. The next thing that I want to focus on is doing every single easy diary that I currently haven't done. And that is the Karen easy diary completed. Completed the easy diary for Karen, gives me a Rada's Blessing 1 as well as an antique lamp. And that is the desert easy diary now completed, which is where I would also get a desert amulet 1 and another antique lamp. And that is the Falador easy diary completed, giving me the Falador shield 1 and another antique lamp. And that is the Fremennik easy diary completed, giving me the Fremennik sea boots 1 and another antique lamp. And that is the Lumbridge and Drainer easy diary completed, giving me the Explorer's Ring 1 and another antique lamp. And that is the Mauritania easy diary completed, giving me the Mauritania legs 1 and another antique lamp. And that is the Varrock easy diary completed, giving me the Varrock armor 1 and another antique lamp. Chompy bird hunting has honestly got to be the most tedious activity that I've possibly ever done. And that is another collection log unlocked, giving me the Beekeeper's top. That is a collection log unlocked, giving me the Chompy bird hat, and also completing the Western Province's easy diary, giving me the Western banner 1 along with another antique lamp. I now only have one more easy diary to complete, which is the Wilderness. But I currently have 8 antique lamps, and I don't want to take this into the Wilderness, so I'm going to use all these lamps now, and I'm going to put them all into smithing, putting my smithing level all the way up to level 46. And that is the Wilderness easy diary now completed, giving me the Wilderness sword 1 and another antique lamp, which I am going to also put into smithing. Using all those previous lamps that got my smithing up actually put my total level to over 1,000. Now the next quest that I want to work on is Between a Rock, but I need to get level 50 smithing, so I just need to go get 4 more levels. And that is 50 smithing now coming in. And that is Between a Rock completed, giving me 2 quest points, 5,000 defense XP, 5,000 mining XP, and 5,000 smithing XP, along with a rune pickaxe, putting my mining level to level 42. And that is the Slug Menace completed, giving me 1 quest point, 3,500 crafting XP, rune crafting XP, and thieving XP, and I can now use the Proselyte armor, putting my crafting level to level 45, and my rune crafting level to level 34. And that is Getting Ahead completed, giving me 1 quest point, 4,000 crafting XP, 3,200 construction XP, 3,000 coins, and the Kebos Tannery access, putting my construction level to level 32. So I've just fixed everything in Fossil Island, which put me from 32 construction to 34. Now getting the 34 construction actually gives me all the requirements needed for the quest Cold War. Just as I thought quests couldn't get any weirder, I'm literally a penguin. And that is Cold War completed, giving me 1 quest point, access to the iceberg, 5,000 agility XP, 2,000 crafting XP, and 1,500 construction XP, putting my construction level to level 35. Now the next quest that I want to do is the Hand in the Sand, but I need to get 49 crafting, and I'm currently only level 45 crafting. And that is 49 crafting now coming in. And that is the Hand in the Sand completed, giving me 1 quest point, 9,000 crafting XP, 1,000 thieving XP, Wizard's Guild rune store access, and a secret reward from Bert. Now the next quest that I want to do is Anacra's Lament, but I need 50 crafting, so I need to just get 1 more level. And that is crafting level 50. Another collection log added, which is the Beekeeper's Hat. Anacra's Lament completed, giving me 2 quest point and 7,000 crafting, magic, mining, and fire making XP and a camulet. Putting my magic level to level 52 and my mining level to level 44. Now the next quest that I want to do is Edgar's Ruse, but I need to get 31 herb lore and I'm currently 28. Now I can boost the herb lore, but I think I'd rather get the level. And that is now 31 herb lore. And that is Edgar's Ruse completed, giving me 1 quest point, 11,000 herb lore XP and the Trollheim teleport spell. Putting my herb lore level to level 36. So to do my next quest, which is My Arm's Big Adventure, I need to get the cleanup minigame to at least 60% favour. But there is an achievement in the medium Karamja diary where I need to earn 100% favour on the cleanup minigame, so I'm just going to do it until I earn 100%. And that is 60 farming now coming in. That is 100% favour obtained, completing a medium task in the Karamja area. I also got a Gelt tuber out of doing that, so that's another 360k, but also gives me all the requirements for my next quest. What am I watching with this quest? And that is My Arm's Big Adventure completed, giving me 1 quest point, 10,000 herb lore XP, 5,000 farming XP, and a disease-free herb patch, so I can add another herb into my herb run. Putting my herb lore level to level 39. And that is the Garden of Death completed, giving me 1 quest point and 10,000 farming XP. So I want to go and finish Rag and Bone Man 2, but I need to collect a load of specific bones from a lot of NPCs around Gielinor. Now that is every bone needed for Rag and Bone Man 2, so now I just need to prepare them all. That is all the bones now prepared, so now I've just got to go and spend half an hour cleaning all the bones at the Odd Old Man. And that is Rag and Bone Man 2 completed, giving me 1 quest point, 5,000 prayer XP, a ram skull helm, and a bone sack. Putting my prayer level up to level 47. Now the next quest on the list that I need to do is Rumdil, but I need to get 42 Slayer and 50 Fishing. I currently only have 41 Slayer and 34 Fishing. And that is 42 Slayer coming in. And that is 35 Fishing coming through, which now gives me access to Temperos, which is the fishing boss. So I am going to do Temperos now until 50 Fishing. I will have to go to a mass world. I won't be able to solo it at only 35. Temperos Novice, 1 point. Combat task completed. Nice. And that was a task for killing Temperos 5 times. Another combat task completed for getting rid of 5 fires in a game of Temperos. Another combat task completed for repairing the totem. Another combat task completed for killing Temperos 10 times. And that is fishing level 50 coming in. Now doing Temperos from 35 fishing to 50 has got me 85 reward permits. So hopefully I can maybe get a couple collection logs. And that is the first collection log being the Spirit Flakes. Another collection log coming in, which is the Soaked page. And that is now all the rewards fished. We did only get 2 out of the 12 collection logs, but that is an extra 2 added to the collection log. And the price check comes to just under 150,000 GP. I now do have all the requirements required to go and do Rumdil. And that is Rumdil completed, giving me 2 quest points, 7,000 prayer XP, fishing XP, and farming XP, and a holy wrench. Putting my prayer level to level 48. And that is Cabin Fever completed, giving me 2 quest points, 7,000 smithing, crafting, and agility XP, and the Little Book of Piracy. Putting my smithing level to level 51, and my crafting level to level 51. Another beginner casket that I can add to the collection. That is Meet and Greet completed, giving me 1 quest point, 8,000 cooking XP, and access to Emilio's kebab shop. Putting my cooking level to level 41. Now, I did go and free 2 more members for Recipe for Disaster, which was the Lumbridge Guide and Scratch, leaving me with only 2 more left to free. But before I do go and do that, I still have a few more quests that I need to go through, which my next one being Heroes Quest. Now, I need level 53 cooking, 53 fishing, and 50 mining. So I'm going to get my cooking level up to level 50 and my mining level up to level 50, as the cooking and fishing I can boost. And that is now level 50 mining coming in. And that is level 50 cooking now coming in. And that is Heroes quest completed, giving me 1 quest point, access to the Heroes Guild, a total of 29,232 XP spread over 12 skills, putting my defense level to level 46, and my range level to level 44, and my herblore level to level 40, and my fishing level to level 51, and my woodcutting level to level 45. And that is Throne of Miscellanea completed, giving me 1 quest point and management of Miscellanea. Another collection log unlocked being the Beekeeper's Boots. And that is Royal Trouble completed, giving me 1 quest point, 5,000 agility, slayer, and hit points XP, 20,000 coins, and increased miscellanea resources, putting my slayer level to level 43, and my hit points level to level 42. That is the Haunted Mine completed, giving me 2 quest points, 22,000 strength XP, and access to Tarn's Lair, putting my strength level to level 48. Another beginner casket to add towards the collection. So I have just gone and completed the Lair of Tarn Razorlaw, which gives me the Tarn's Diary, which does allow me to actually enchant my salve amulets now. And it also gave me 5,000 Slayer XP, putting my Slayer level to level 44 and giving me a total level of 1,100. Now the next quest that I actually want to go and complete is Monkey Madness 1, which will give me a huge upgrade for when I do hit 60 attack, so I can use the Dragon Scimitar. And that is Monkey Madness 1 completed, giving me 3 quest points, access to a patrol, 10,000 coins, 3 diamonds, and access to Dairo's training. After claiming all the XP from Monkey Madness 1, it puts my strength level to level 50, and my hit points level to level 45, and my attack level to level 51, and my defense level to level 50. And that is 60 Hunter coming in from birdhouses. And that is ethically acquired antiquities completed, giving me 1 quest point, 6,000 thieving XP, and 5,000 coins, putting my thieving level to level 47. And that is Twilight's Promise completed, giving me 1 quest point, ability to use the Quetzals, the Civitar teleport, and 3,000 thieving XP. Now the next quest that I want to work on is Roving Elves, which I can actually do right now. But as I will be doing Morning's End Part 1 right after Roving Elves, I do need to get level 60 ranged and 50 thieving, so I think I'm going to do that now before I do Roving Elves. That is another collection log unlocked, giving me the Mime Mask. That is the Slayer task completed that I got from the Slayer Master when I needed to do one of the diaries. Now I need to complete 4 more Slayer tasks before I start receiving any Slayer points, so I think I'm going to go do Turiel until I start earning Slayer points. That is the last task completed, meaning I can now be eligible to earn reward points from completing any Slayer task now. Now I did get my first hard clue scroll of the account, and of course the first step that I need to do is in the wilderness. Well, hopefully I do not die trying to get out of the wilderness. I have another deep wilderness clue step, and that is my first hard reward casket of the entire account to now be added to the collection tab in the bank. Now, I'm currently 62 combat, meaning the best Slayer Master I can currently use is the Edgeville Dungeon Master until level 75 combat. I don't really want to use the level 70 combat, but I need 75 combat so I can start getting Brimstone keys from Konar Slayer for the collection logs. And that is my Ghoul task completed, giving me 4 points. And that is 45 Slayer coming in. And that is a nice Warrior task completed for 4 points. It wasn't actually that bad with the safe spot. And that is 50 range coming in, meaning I can now go and do some huge upgrades. And that is all the upgrades done. Upgrading from the Avis Attractor to the Accumulator should actually save me more arrows also. That is 46 Slayer coming through. And that is another task completed, giving me another 4 points. So I'm on a Hill Giant task, and I'm currently killing them in the Giant's Den within the Catacombs of Korend. But there is actually a combat task where I need to kill one of each giant within the den. That is the combat task into the Den of Giants completed. And that is another beginner casket to add to the collection. My second clue scroll from these, and another casket to add to the bank. And that is a new collection log, which is the Giant Key. I'm fairly sure I can fight the Obor boss with this. That is another task completed, giving me another 4 points. And that's also my 9th task, meaning a 10th task should give me bonus points. Now, I think I'm actually going to wait until I hit 75 combat now to do any more Slayer, considering my next task is a point boost task as well. But I need 8 more levels still to hit 60 range. So I think that I'm just going to go to Fossil Island and just AFK Ammonite Crabs until I hit level 60. Gotta love the clue nests. And that is another casket to add towards the bank. Now, I am kind of running low on some cash, so I think I am going to sell all my herbs and open all my bird nest and sell all that off. Because ideally, I do need to make some upgrades. I need to get maybe an archer's ring, maybe a fury. Now, selling off near enough everything in my bank has put me above a 10 million cash stack. Now, I have bought an amulet of fury and an archer's ring just for now, as I am leveling up my ranged. And I think I am going to do that at nightmare zone, so I can start earning points towards imbuing everything. And that is 50 hit points coming in. And that is finally 60 ranged coming in. And that is now 50 thieving coming through. Now that is all the levels needed for Morning's End Part 1. I just now need to go do Roving Elves. And that is Roving Elves completed, giving me 1 quest point, 10,000 strength XP, and access to crystal equipment, putting my strength level to level 51. I did also take the crystal bow because I'm fairly sure that there is an achievement where I need to use the crystal bow. And that is Morning's End Part 1 completed, giving me 2 quest points, 40,000 thieving XP, and 25,000 hit points XP. Putting my hit points level to level 54, and my thieving level to level 53. Completing Morning's End Part 1 now gives me access to complete Morning's End Part 2. Please do not fail this. That's the 3rd time I failed it now. I'm also 69 agility, and I'm still failing that. Please. Please. Let's go. And that is Morning's End Part 2 completed, giving me 2 quest points, access to the Death Altar, and 60,000 agility XP, putting my agility level to level 70. That has got to be the worst quest I have also done. Now, the next quest that I want to work on is Desert Treasure 1, but I need to get level 50 fire making, and with only 500 XP away from 50, it won't take me long whatsoever. And that is fire making level 50 coming in. I have used around 40 lockpicks on this chest so far. Oh, finally. Dare I say I've made it through the entire temple without falling out of it. And that is Desert Treasure 1 completed, giving me 3 quest points, 20,000 magic XP, and ability to use ancient magics, putting my magic level to level 58. That is 9,480 XP put into Fletching from Tears of Guthix, putting my level up to 37. And that is Family Crest completed, giving me 1 quest point, some steel gauntlets, and gauntlet skill imbues. So my next quest will be What Lies Below, but I need 35 runecrafting, meaning I only need to get 1 more level. And that is runecraft level 35 coming in. That is What Lies Below completed, giving me 1 quest point, 8,000 runecrafting XP, 2,000 defense XP, and a beacon ring, putting my runecrafting level to level 38. Eagle's Peak completed, giving me 2 quest points, 2,500 hunter XP, the Eagle transport access, and the ability to use box traps. And that is A Tale of Two Cats completed, giving me 2 quest points and a mysterious present. The mysterious present gave me a mouse toy and 2 antique lamps, which I am going to put onto Herblore, giving me a total of 5,000 Herblore experience and putting my Herblore level to level 41. Now, the next quest that I want to work on is Legends quest, but I need to get 52 mining, 50 woodcutting, and 45 herblore. I'm currently 50 mining, 45 woodcutting, and 41 herblore, so I still have quite a few levels to go. And that is mining level 52 coming in. And that is a new collection log being the sturdy beehive parts. And that is woodcutting level 50 coming in. I did also get a hard clue scroll along with a beginner clue scroll, so I'm going to see if I can do them both. And that is the hard clue scroll completed. And that is the beginner clue also completed. Now I can add both to the collection. Now I don't actually need to level my herblore up to 45. I am currently 41, but I could use a botanical pie which will boost me to 45. So before completing Legends quest, it is asking me to put the XP into the skills that I want. So I am going to pick herblore, which has put my herblore level from 41 all the way to 54. And that is the Legends quest completed, giving me 4 quest points, access to the Legends Guild, and the XP that I just put into herblore. Right, so I've done a quest where I turned into a penguin, and now I've turned into a goblin. Please hit, I'm almost out of food. Thank you. And that is Land of the Goblins completed, giving me 2 quest points and 8,000 agility, herblore, thieving, and fishing XP, putting my herblore level to level 55, my fishing level to level 52. And that is Olaf's quest completed, giving me 1 quest point, 12,000 defense XP, 20,000 coins, 4 rubies, and a brine rat cavern access, which that is really good because brine rats do actually have a collection log. Putting my defense level to level 51. And the next quest I want to work on is a Kingdom Divided, which I do have all the requirements for except woodcutting, which I only need 2 more levels for. And that is farming level 65 coming in, meaning I can now use the herb patch in the farming guild. Now being level 65 farming also unlocks Hespori for me, which I have never actually done before, so this will be a new experience. And that is woodcutting level 52 now coming in, meaning I can now go do a Kingdom Divided. Yeah, I think fighting this boss in the quest with a rune scimitar isn't exactly the best option. I'm guessing this fight kind of teaches you like movement mechanics and stuff. I'm out of food, so please just die. Okay, and that is a Kingdom Divided completed, giving me 2 quest points, the Book of the Dead, 2 antique lamps, Corrend Castle respawn point, and additional Archaeus spells. And I'm going to put these antique lamps onto Slayer, giving me a total of 20,000 Slayer experience, putting my Slayer level to level 49. So I'm currently doing the fight in A Taste of Hope, and this has got to be the most challenging fight I've done so far. Right, so it turns out that I was actually doing the fight wrong because I was protecting from melee the entire time and not protecting from mage. I killed him with 7 HP. And that is A Taste of Hope completed, giving me 1 quest point, the Evander's Flail, Draken's Medallion, and a Tome of Experience. Which the Tome of Experience I am going to put onto Slayer 3 times. Giving me a total of 7,500 Slayer experience. And that is at first light completed, giving me 1 quest point, 4,500 Hunter XP, 800 Construction XP, 500 Herblore XP, and access to Master Tier Hunter's Rumors. Which that is actually really good because Hunter Rumors have collection logs. Putting my construction level to level 36. Now I do want to work on completing all the medium achievement diaries apart from the Wilderness and the Karamja one. Now I believe I do have all the requirements for everyone that I want to do except the Kandarian one, which I need to get 50 fletching for. And that is fletching level 50 coming in. So I believe that my Hespori seed has grown, so I'm going to see if I can kill Hespori in this absolute Chad setup. And that is my first ever Hespori kill. And I got a Kronos seed, which is a new collection log, and 2 Willow seeds. And my farming levels got up to level 66. And that is 2 more collection logs coming in with the zombie shirt as well as the zombie boots. And that is the medium desert diary completed. Falador medium diary completed. And that is the medium Fremenic diary also completed. The medium Ardoin diary completed. And that is the medium Kandarian diary completed. And that is another collection log slot unlocked, giving me the camo top. Varrock medium diary completed. Combat task completed, handyman for Wintertop. And another combat task completed, cozy for another 1 point. And that is fire making level 51 also. And another combat task completed, can we fix it? And that is the Corendon Kebos medium diary completed. Now I can't do my last task for Mauritania because I need to empty out my entire inventory. So I am going to use all these antique lamps on Slayer now, giving me a total of 52,500 Slayer experience, putting my Slayer level all the way to level 54. That is the medium Mauritania diary completed, and this antique lamp I'm also going to put onto Slayer, giving me another 7,500 experience. I was actually going to complete the Lumbridge and the Western Provinces medium diary, but I have to be level 70 combat to even do that. And being only 65 combat, I can't do those medium diaries for now. Curse of the Empty Lord mini quest completed, giving me a whole set of ghostly robes. And that is the General Shadows mini quest completed, which gave me 2,000 Slayer XP, and the Shadow Sword, which I don't actually know what this is for. That is a combat task completed, defense what defense for 1 point. And that is His Faithful Servants mini quest completed, giving me 20,000 prayer experience, putting my prayer level to level 50. Now there's just 2 more quests that I want to complete before I finish off Recipe for Disaster. The first one being the Great Brain Robbery, and the next one being Fairy Tale Part 2, Kiora Queen. The Great Brain Robbery completed, giving me 2 quest points, 6,000 prayer XP, 3,000 crafting XP, 2,000 construction XP, a barrel chest anchor, a blessed lamp, and a prayer book, putting my prayer level to level 51, and my construction level to level 37. Now I am going to use this blessed lamp into Slayer, giving me another 5,000 experience into Slayer, putting my Slayer level to level 55. And that is Fairy Tale 2 Kiora Queen completed, giving me 2 quest points, 3,500 herblore XP, 2,500 thieving XP, and an antique lamp, putting my thieving level up to level 54. And I am going to use this antique lamp onto Slayer, putting another 2,500 Slayer experience into my skill. And that is 60 magic coming in. Combat task completed, big black and fiery for killing a black dragon. That is Sir Amic Varsfried giving me 1 quest point, 4,000 cooking XP, 4,000 hit points XP, and increased chest access. Now I have just one more person to free for Recipe for Disaster, which is King Awawogi, but I do actually need 70 cooking for. But I am going to train my cooking to 66 and then boost it to 70 and then complete this. Another beginner casket to add to the collection. And that is 66 cooking coming in. And that is the last member freed, giving me 1 quest point, 10,000 cooking XP, 10,000 agility XP, the Apatol teleport spell, and increased chest access. Freeing all the members in Recipe for Disaster now gives me access to defeat the boss. That is a Recipe for Disaster completed, giving me 1 quest point, an antique lamp, and the full chest access, granting me access to Barrow's gloves. Now I am also going to put this antique lamp on Slayer, giving me 20,000 Slayer experience, putting my Slayer level to level 56. And there they are, my best in slot gloves for a very, very long time. Now my account is starting to come along very nicely. I have completed my first goal of unlocking the Barrow's gloves, along with having 145 out of 170 quests completed, over 250 achievements completed, few combat tasks done, as well as a few collection logs. But my combat stats right now are lacking quite a bit, especially with the upcoming quests I need to complete in the future for the quest cape, so I think it's time I changed that.